Motrobiscuit has an article saying the Toyota bZ4X isn't eligible for the EV tax credit because Toyota wasted them all in plug-in hybrids. Yes, Toyota plug-in hybrids are very popular, and I'm not surprised that the EV tax credits went all of them. So Toyota recently released its first mass-market electric vehicle, the bZ4X, after a few other less successful experiments in the past. Nevertheless, those looking to buy the new Toyota bZ4X will not be able to access the EV tax credit. That's because Toyota has already used its available tax credits on hybrid and plug-in hybrid models. So what is the federal EV tax credit? Let's take a look at that first. The federal EV tax credit is designed to incentivize the purchase of electric vehicles. The program allows car buyers who buy specific new electric vehicles from 2010 onward to claim up to $7,500 tax credit for their purchase. Of course, not all new electric vehicles qualify for this tax incentive, so buyers must verify that their new vehicle is eligible before plunking down a wad of cash in the hopes of claiming a tax credit. There is a limit of 200,000 sales per car manufacturer that can qualify for the new incentive. Once a manufacturer has sold 200,000 electric cars, its products will no longer come with the possibility of a tax credit. We should also note that battery capacity is another consideration when determining what electric vehicles are eligible for the tax credit. The credit applies to plug-in vehicles with more than 5 kilowatt-hour of battery storage and offers $500 per kilowatt-hour up to the maximum of $7,500. Now, Toyota has already used all of its EV tax credits. Given the limit of 200,000 vehicles per manufacturer, that can be used to claim a tax credit. Some car companies such as Toyota are finding that they can no longer lure buyers with this incentive. Why? That's because their popular electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids have already reached the 200,000 unit limits. Toyota's plug-in hybrid vehicles are very popular, and no wonder Toyota has already reached and used that limit. According to Consumer Reports, Toyota is actually the third manufacturer to reach this limit after Tesla and General Motors. Toyota reached this limit earlier than some manufacturers, primarily due to earlier sales of its popular plug-in hybrid models, such as the Toyota Prius Prime and Toyota RAV4 Prime, which is very difficult to get in some parts of the United States. The other day, someone in North Carolina contacted me and said, in North Carolina, I can't get the RAV4 Prime. It's so popular and it's very hard to get so. So I don't know how the situation with the RAV4 Prime is in your area. Please let me know in the comment section below, because I would like to know in which parts of the United States you can still easily get the RAV4 Prime. Now, this means that if you are hoping to buy a Toyota electric vehicle and receive the federal tax credit, you had better hurry. The phase out of the credit is expected to start as early as October. Toyota and other manufacturers are lobbying Congress to extend the credit beyond 200,000 units, says Motrobiscuit. Otherwise, consumers will have fewer and fewer incentives to opt for electric vehicles as time goes on. And that lack of electric vehicle options will clearly work against the government's goal of fighting climate change, partly through the adoption of more electric vehicle transportations. Now, these other Toyota models also help deplete Toyota's EV tax credit. Which are those models? Of course, Toyota's EV tax credits didn't only get depleted from sales of its most popular models. Other now discontinued models contributed to those sales as well. These lesser known vehicles include the Prius plug-in and short-lived RAV4 EV, which was very short-lived. According to Electrek, the RAV4 EV was sold in the early 2010s but did not last long, getting discontinued after selling only around 2,500 units. Similarly, the low-range plug-in Prius also qualified for a portion of the tax credit, or $2,500, even though its battery was barely eligible. Sales of these vehicles and their more popular cousins have left Toyota without much room to market its new all-electric bZ4X by tooting the possibility of the federal tax incentive. Sales of the vehicle have struggled thus far, with Toyota expecting to sell only around 7,000 units this year. Sales have already not been helped by recall on the vehicle related to incidents in which its wheels fell off. All in all, Toyota likely hopes that renewed congressional action will allow it to boost sales of its first foray into battery electric vehicle market, the bZ4X. So we'll see how things go. Hopefully Toyota will do well with all of this. In the meantime, friends, this is Armen Harayan from TorqueNews.com. Please subscribe to our channel for daily electric vehicle news. Like this video if you found it helpful. God bless you, and I'll see you soon in our next report.